Welcome to Isis in the Bible Summer Gathering, week number 2, Temp-t-ations. The question for today is, how do you gauge if you are being tempted? We got some amazing answers. I'll add it when edit the video. Are your senses on trial constantly? Are you judging only yourself through this guidance? Which is when something reaches the senses and tests whether the soul remains governed by love, wisdom, and remembrance. I'm glad you could gather today. Couple quick things happening in the sky. Around the summer solstice, here's some more people being arrested, right? Just like the Knights Templars, we are going through that sign. So we're going to get more and more of these very obvious signs when we look to the sky of what's happening around the world. So on June 19th, 20th, around the summer solstice, Zurich was struck by a sudden powerful storm with heavy rain, lightning, wind, flooding, and disruption through the city's normal pathways. The storm becomes like a living image of the solstice. When the outer waters rise and the path changes, the soul is asked to pause, take a look what's happening around me, stay centered, and return attention back to the one. So this is guidance. This is water. Water is divine feminine energy. It's a reminder what must be moved, and wisdom shows the way through it all. I mean, there's the beautiful alignments that happen exactly over that location. You had the north and south nodes, right? Alcade on the location as well, because there's one on the zodiac. There's Ceres, right, going towards Aldebaran, which is the nurturing one. So this is where people are going to start nurturing each other. They're tested. Are you nurturing? And there's another temptation is to walk away and not to help. So all these people are going through so many different, and what does Ceres do? Ceres brings relationships together. So people are going to find themselves in relationships helping each other. And that's what Ceres does. And Markheb was at play, which is your wing. So without getting into too much detail, it's just beautiful watching all these energies that are bringing people together. And then on the solstice day itself, June 22nd, because the solstice was right at midnight, so you can call it before or after. So on June 22nd, TD Bank showed a spike on customer-reported service trouble, with some users experiencing online or app banking issues. The system was later showing as operational, suggesting only a temporary disruption rather than a confirmed full shutdown. So it wasn't completely shut down. It was just the tellers at the bank. So the tellers, their systems weren't working, and they didn't know why, all across Canada, the United States. Then all of a sudden, when it came back up, they had no communication of this, because Kathy went in and they said, sorry, our systems are down. We don't know why. They had a whole new system in front of them. Nobody told. They got a brand new system. And of course, there's going to be all kinds of speculation. On that day and time when it went down, it's all to do with abundance being moved around, okay? Because the abundance has to go everywhere, and everybody that has accumulation of pixels, it all has to flow now. So these banking institutions know they're up for this and they have to do a resolve. At play, right at that exact time, again, there's Sarah is 100% on Aldebaran. Okay, the nurturing. So this is like your mother's going to start fixing the banking so everybody has a fair game. There's again Markeb at play right over top of the location. It's important to know that Ceres and Lilith only move, look at 4.6 years around the zodiac, 4.3. You'd think they'd be hitting each other very often. They don't. So this is really important because those two essences, relationships and temptations versus abundance, is very strong right now. So people are getting these mirrors come at them. When they came back online, okay, right there at 3:30 p.m., you can see the moon was on Algorab, exposing the trickster. The banks have been playing some tricks, folks. They really have. And exactly at that time, Pluto was at play, that something's being birthed. This is by the minute, all right? And Mother Mary was descending. This crow is showing us all sorts of things because that's Mother Mary's sign, Virgo sign. No communication ahead of time. That's part of fall of Babylon. The abundance is shifting and money will be obsolete, folks. It will be. It's going to be all computerized and everybody's going to share. They already have complete tracking systems. No matter what you do with money, it goes. And once it becomes worldwide, nobody's going to be able to hide their accumulations. It all becomes one. Okay, so before I get into temptations, this is related. At 3:44 a.m., my camera wasn't working outside, which stores some videos because I like seeing what Mother Nature's doing outside. And I haven't seen anything for days, and I didn't go look. But yesterday I decided to go plug it back in. And at 3:44 a.m., this is what I saw. Of course, Lilith the cat walks by and looks right into the camera, knowing that we're going to be meeting today. Remember, the cat, that's Sekhmet, right? It's Lilith, it's Medusa. This is the symbol of the snakes. She pulls the cobra, right? She pulls everybody's cobra. Turns you to stone if you don't look me in the eyes. No, if you look me in the eyes, you don't turn to stone. If you don't look me in the eyes and you have those temptation eyes, that's when we pull your snake. So that's what that message is. So that's really cool. I guess I got to watch this one more time because that is so cool. Now you know why the Egyptians, they revered all animals. Okay. So temptation is not a bad desire. At a deeper level, it is the moment when our attention is invited away from the one. It is a temporary pull, a passing image, a voice, a hunger, a promise, or a shortcut that asks for us to forget who we are. The question is not, am I good or bad? The question is, where is my attention being placed? There's nobody out there that's tempting you. It's an old vibration, so we can't judge the others. Stop tempting me. No, because you're looking in a mirror. Well, you used to like that before. That's why I'm here, because it's in your waters, that vibration's there. So we got to understand that. So we're supposed to only judge ourselves with these temptations. So as you can see, I got a dog that's seen a squirrel, right? All right. So the meaning beneath the word temptation, and Kat spread it apart there too. For today, we can look at temptation as a test of attention. Something appears before us and asks for our agreement. Make a contract, right? It may appear as comfort, pride, control, urgency, or personal gain, but the soul is being asked to pause, breathe, and remember, not every offer is aligned with love, truth, and source. We got to judge on the spot. I can go back in time and go, oh boy, I wish I remembered these rules, right? Right. So the garden pattern. In the garden story, the test begins with suggestion. The voice did not force, it planted a question. Are you sure? Did a voice really say this? Whose voice was it? Are you sure it's not your own voice that you're hearing? Right, that's the big question in the garden. You're in the garden all the time and you got to listen to yourself. And everybody outside of you is part of yourself. It's all guidance. So this is important because temptation often begins by disturbing inner knowing. It tries to make the soul doubt the simple truth it already carries. The fall begins when attention leaves communion and enters into confusion. Or sometimes we confuse ourselves because I want to do it. While doing the presentation outside, several baby fireflies were landing on me. It was sunny out, and these little baby fireflies were coming and landing on me. And Firefly always says it's guidance for us to shine our spiritual light, aka wisdom. So everything that we remember needs to be spread. We need to be those beacons. It's important, right? So another temptation is, oh, I'm not telling them, they'll never get it. When somebody comes up to you and is talking to you, they're asking for help. Don't get tempted to send them away. It takes practice, but you'll know what to say and how to say it, and at least make an attempt. Okay? And that's what really makes a matter of difference. So this is interesting because this came the other day as I was doing some research, and how we left the 4 elements on the Egyptian walls using a snake. Like, look at this. And Justin and I had this experience where the snake went across in a wave pattern, and I told it about sexual temptations, and we got into the discussion, is sex okay or not? And it's like, well, no, I think sex is supposed to be divine. And then as we're having that discussion, the snake goes by without any waves. So the straight serpent is the earth. The wavy serpent is really disturbed waters, right? Where we make waves. This represents air as the upright serpent. And then the serpent in a circle represents fire. So these are important symbols if you ever want to read the Egyptian walls, because it's good guidance what we left there. This one is really cool because in that book by Kirchner, I'll say his name in a minute, I think it's on the other page. This is claimed to be the basilisk or the cobra, but they're both the same because they eclipse you. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So this represents supreme power, and how you embody that is what we're trying to get to. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about it, but there's the basilisk serpent. Kirchner relates the image to the gaze of the basilisk, i.e. one leaves the visible. So Jay was screaming at that time. So are you reminded anything of value such as spiritual growth and relationships takes work? In other words, we got to get above those temptations. That's part of the spiritual work. So the basilisk is in the Bible. Chapter 90, verse 13. And it'll be different verses, different 91, something, 90, 89, because all different Bibles. And I went back all the way back to some of the original Bibles, the Hebrew Bible, to know that this is what is really meant. You shall walk among the asp, the vipers, the cobras, and the basilisk, and you shall befriend the lion and the dragon, at one with everything. This is a picture of the basilisk. So in Kirchner's telling, the obelisk Pamphilius by Athanasius Kircher, the basilisk is not merely another serpent, but the crowned power before which all the other living forms yield. By its hiss alone, all serpents will leave the area, all the animals will flee, and even the songs of the birds fall silent. Its presence is said to reach beyond motion and sound, for shrubs and herbs are overcome not only by contact, but its very scent and sight. So in other words, all living things around it, they die off just with its presence. It eclipses everything if you stare into its gaze. But here's the thing, folks. That's only if you haven't done your work. Because this is telling you, you shall walk amongst them. Of course you will. You'll be able to look at its eye and go and hold the thing. What happens is if someone sees that and they eclipse, it's in their chart because they didn't do their work. It took them down. It's giving them a self-judgment, a time out. So we never have to be afraid. We just need to be brave that all this is guidance and that we know how to get back home. That's the real beautiful part about all this. And yes, this thing walks on water. It's very well respected because it walks on water, and it calls it Jesus Christ lizard. Right? So it's really cool. I couldn't find any videos of it hissing. So the bread, power, and proof. These three temptations are still alive in everyday life. Bread is a temptation to live only for survival and appetite. Power is a temptation to rule rather than serve. We should be serving each other, not ruling. Proof is a temptation to perform spiritually instead of embodying it. In other words, rituals, right? So to do a ritual is an embodying spirit. To embody spirit is to have the knowing, the studying, the wisdom, the love, the overcoming temptations. That's embodying it. The ritual of jumping up and down, spinning something, walking around the square, those are rituals. They won't do anything. It's okay because it's still guidance. When we do that, other people are looking at it as still guidance to lead us towards what we're supposed to be doing to gain wisdom. So the higher path is nourishment, stewardship, and quiet union with the all. It is a reminder that to be spiritual is to embody it. So the divine feminine lens, from the Isis lens, Mary lens, Madonna Mctekawada, whatever you want to call her, temptation is the moment where the soul forgets the mother principle. And the mother principle is wisdom, measure, harmony, and sacred nurturing. The divine feminine does not shame the child for being tested. She teaches the child how to see clearly. She brings the scattered pieces back to wholeness so the soul can choose from love instead of reaction. We need to remind people it's just guidance, not shame. Don't shame people. It's just guidance. You were being guided and you fell into temptation. That's okay. Understand that things are not going to go your way if you continue down that path. So how to meet temptation? When temptation appears, we do not need to panic. We can ask three simple questions. Does this lead me closer to love? Does this preserve truth and harmony? Does this honor the divine image in myself and others? If the answer is no, then you know it's guidance. Return the attention back to the one, to love, divine feminine, God, whatever we want to call this beautiful power, but to me it's unconditional love. So while I was doing this slide, the dove was cooing. Center yourself, breathe. You will know what to do or what not to do when the time comes. Go with the flow. Which is a beautiful message, right? So last slide, and then I just got a little song to finish off. The loving teaching. Temptation reveals where our attention can still be purchased, right? Our attention can be purchased, right? Just like the dog and the squirrel. But it also reveals where we are ready to become stronger, clearer, and more whole. The test is there to guide us, reminding us of an old path, right? It's an old vibration, an old me. It's just showing up saying, hey, you used to like to do this. It is there to show us what still needs to be brought into alignment with love. So tonight, temptation becomes a sacred mirror. It shows us the differences between impulse and truth, between performance and presence, between taking and serving. And the answer is always the same. Remember the one, return to love, and let wisdom guide the next steps.
What's this energy I'm feeling? Why is this time so revealing? This strangeness in body and mind. How can it be familiar, I find? The sun is lighter, the moon is brighter. Can it be it's all connected? The cycle of being affected. Look up, look in. It's everywhere you've been. The memories align. Perfection every time. I know you are there. Infinity love is everywhere. When I turn right, I'm told left. I wanna go, but I'm told too slow. This guiding dance, an everlasting astral romance. stars are more vivid, or am I just paying attention? Another round, I do remember. We are all connected is the mention. Look up, look in, it's everywhere you've been. The memories align, perfection every time. I know you are there. Infinity, love is everywhere. It's invigorating to know there is an infinite inner glow. You will know when it's time, just listen to Mother Nature's sign. Look up, look in, it's everywhere you've been. The memories align, perfection every time. I know you are there. Infinity, love is everywhere. This is your mother speaking. You are infinite.